What if it's so terrible? So today, we want to thank you guys for coming into our office because we're going to be trying not to eat office foods.
Oh.
Wait, from the office?
Oh my god. How extravagant this dish is, and if I pass on
Yes, we're not.
I've been feeling so small. Watch the clock ticking off the wall. But tonight I'm letting it go. Spent my coin for sure. I'm gonna be myself, or I could be someone else. No one's stopping me now. I'm gonna skip my breaks, I'm gonna make mistakes. I just wanna feel alive. It's just what I do.
Alright, so you guys saw I walked Dottie. And I ate breakfast today, as you can tell. So now all I need to do is make up my bed, skincare, makeup, and then we'll see if there's anything new we can do, okay? Alright, let's do this. Harper. I don't know why I'm talking like this, but anyways, skincare routine, same as always. I just want to talk about what's going to be happening in the rest of this episode. I'm going to basically be reviewing books that I either really like or books that I haven't read but would like to read. I also give like a little short story time about my days at Barnes & Nobles. I really do love Barnes & Nobles. I think I'm planning on going back or something like that. And if not, I'll just order some books off of Amazon. Because reading has always been like a thing for me. I don't know why I stopped reading. I think it's honestly because of social media. Like because we don't have like attention span for like newspapers and actual hard copy books, and nowadays we just use like our phones and our tablets. I am not one to be an advocate for like, oh, we need to go outside. I'm not like that, nor will I ever be like that. I'm not an advocate for anything, but I am saying that it is kind of annoying and sad that we are going to that we're moving there in a terrible way. This is exactly why people say that my generation is not smart, or we're just not level-headed, you know, because we just don't want to learn things, which is not true, because that's not me. I want to learn things all the time. I actually get made fun of it because I'm the type of person that doesn't like to be oblivious. I like to know everything. I mean, I don't know if that's journalism in me or if that's just me. I've always been like that, even in middle school. Like when we would figure things out, I would try to find like a deeper meaning to something, even if there is no deeper meaning to it. So that's that. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the conversation that I had yesterday, talking about social media and how these YouTubers get into drama, and I just don't feel like partaking, which is why I don't do drama videos anymore. It's just not my thing. And even if it was my thing, I wouldn't talk about it that much, because it just get boring and repetitive. Like, I do watch these drama channels. I'm not kidding. Like, I would literally sit there and I'll look at the thumbnail and I will actually watch the video too. And they're just talking about, they're literally giving a recap of stuff that happened last year, and then like the little bit of stuff that happened this year, but like it's not even that bad. But they'll use last year as an excuse to bring the person down, which the person that got into the drama did to themselves. But it's like, why are you rehashing the drama? It makes no sense. Why not just like not talk about it and then find another topic to talk about? Like, I have no clue. But yeah, I'm just dancing here. I'm chilling. I'm gonna speed up the audio. Not the audio, what? I'm gonna speed up the clip like I usually do, because it's 10 minutes. Of course, I'm dancing. I'm doing a lot. I'm not tired. As a matter of fact, speaking of tired, I stream a lot. Like, I guess that's a good thing because I love playing video games. If that makes sense. Because I know a lot of YouTubers that are gamers, they kind of take it seriously, which good for them. Like, I'm not saying that that's bad. That's just what it be me. Because I'm not the type of gamer. I'm actually a casual gamer. I'm not like an expert where like if I do something wrong, I'm gonna get upset. I get more upset if I die in a game, honestly, because like I would die like multiple times in a game, but you'll never catch me getting upset because of like, oh, the graphics, or oh my god, like I'm not into all of that, if that makes sense. Like yeah, I do look for if a game, okay, you know, yeah, we're gonna talk about this because this is interesting. When it comes to game development, I'm not really all for it all the time in terms of like going hard for it. There are certain games that I look at and I'm like, oh, like the graphics looks really pretty, it's bright, it's colorful, characters are like walking around, they're having real conversations, it feels like a real environment. And then there are some games where it just doesn't matter. Like, you know what I mean? Like games like Spider-Man that I play, that matters to me because they have people walking around and they have people talking and giving dialogue. So if they're saying isn't making any sense, or if they're walking into walls and stuff, that's gonna bother me because I want to get immersed into the universe. Which is why I stopped playing Cyberpunk, because Cyberpunk had a whole bunch of glitches. It had like a whole bunch of like shutdowns. So like I just ended it right then and there. I do have a stream of me playing Cyberpunk, but it's literally one stream of me playing it, and that's when it first came. Honestly, I'm just I absolutely nothing to talk about. I do talk a lot in the next podcast. That's a weird thing. That's a weird habit I have, where if I have to talk, I won't say a lot. Like, and that was the thing with the genre videos too. Like, and that's also why I stopped doing them, because everybody is saying the same news. Like, no one's saying anything different. So when I get up on there and I start talking, I basically do a summarization of what every drama channel is saying, and then I sit there for like the next 10 to 20 minutes, not saying a thing. That's crazy. Like I don't get it. maybe I'm just bored with the drama stuff now. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say that it bores me now. I like watching it. I don't like talking about it. Like, I like to see the drama unfold and see people do dumb stuff. But to, like, be a part of it, it's just not it. Like, I think I said this in my last video, too. Like, drama is just not for me. It shouldn't be for anybody, really. But, I mean, to each his own. If it's your cup of tea, I say go for it. Because, like, not everybody can create a drama channel. So I think if you can and you want to and it's your passion, I say go for it. That's just not my thing. And hey, who knows? Maybe I'll watch your video. Like, you'll never know. Like, maybe you're like the best drama reporter there is out there. Or one of the best. You know what I mean? Because clearly I didn't do it. Like, I couldn't do it. Even if I wanted to. Because, like, I would always put out the news or whatever on these celebrities and stuff. And I would either say something stupid, or I'll say something that doesn't make any sense, or I'll just repeat myself like I'm doing right now. Because I have nothing to say, and I'll just go in circles, bro. Be like that sometimes. Yep, washing my face. Hey guys, what's up? It's briana.harper. I just filmed like 5 minutes of this and did it completely wrong. So I'm doing it over. I'm not even gonna tell you guys what I did wrong. We're just gonna continue and fix it. So, before I even bring this out, this is my OOTD outfit of the day. For those of you that saw the last clip, I brought, and I got my water. There's actually no celery in here today because we don't have any more, but it's still getting close. Oh, that's really good. Alright, so I brought a prop today. Alright, now the reason why I brought a prop is because I want to talk about books today. I have a whole bunch of books that I read and some books that I didn't read. So I kind of want to show you guys that today while I'm doing my makeup, tell you my experience with Barnes and Nobles and stuff like that. But yeah, I already have all the makeup out because, like I said, I filmed this and I made a mistake. So you guys seeing me take out the makeup, you don't get to see that. I'm sorry. Anyways, we're gonna get started. And we're gonna do it right this time. Anyways, when I was I want to say in middle school, that's when I like found my love for reading. I don't read that much anymore like I'm supposed to or like I should. I used to really be into books. Like I used to really be into like non-fiction books a lot. And it's not that I wouldn't read the fiction ones. It's literally the fact that I couldn't put, like, I could put myself in the story of a fake person, but it's just more authentic when it's a real person. Or if a story is fake but it's based on a true story, I like that a lot, especially the murder mystery ones. I love that so much because I could either put myself in the point of view of the victim, or I could put myself in the point of view of the detective, and it's just a fun read. So I think that's pretty cool. I remember always going to Barnes and Nobles when I was in middle school, and I would sit there and like I would go to Barnes and Nobles like every weekend pretty much with my mom, and me and her would both buy books, so it wasn't like I was dragging her there, relax. Because she would buy books too, and then we will sit there and like eat and stuff because there was because there's a Starbucks at the Barnes and Nobles that I go to. It's literally, the Starbucks is literally inside Barnes and Nobles, which is pretty cool. So you can eat and read at the same time. I don't go there that much anymore, which in my opinion is not good at all. 2 cups is okay. I want to go back so bad to Barnes and Nobles because there's just a lot more that I haven't read. Like I'll watch YouTube videos of these girls who have like summer reading, and stuff like that. And I want to read their books. Anyways, yesterday we went in with the play. So today I want to try something different, but not too much. I'm going to go in with the illusion, which is this one right here. Okay? Illusion. Anyways. But yeah, I just want to, like, I'm not going to obsess over it like I used to, but I am going to go back and see if I can find any books that are worth my liking, I guess. And like, don't get me wrong, there are like good books. It's just that I've lost my love for reading because of social media, and like everything is online. So like there are apps, right, where you can go on the app and they'll tell you like a whole bunch of stories, like fictional stories, and they're like very interesting and they grab you in the story. And some of them are murder mysteries. Again, something a genre I really love. I love murder mysteries and detective type of books. So when I get that off of an app, it makes me not want to go all the way to Barnes and Nobles. Go all the way to Barnes and Nobles for what? Like, you know what I mean? So I've just kind of been doing that. I've just been let me wipe this off. I've just been using my phone instead of going to Barnes and Nobles, which again I want to stop doing. Like, I want to stop using my phone for stupid entertainment, and I actually want to go to the bookstore, if that makes sense. But anyways, is this okay? I'm sorry, you guys. I'm always doing this every time I do my makeup. I'm always like, is this okay? Is that okay? Just making sure everything's good. Alright. So while we're waiting to do everything else, before I put this on and my mascara on, I'm going to show you guys one of the books that I have. Sorry Not Sorry by the amazing late Naya Rivera. I got this book because, like, I'm not gonna lie, I got this book because I was really into Glee and I wanted to know a little bit more about her life. And there's like a lot of like juicy stuff in here, like good and bad, and like a lot of just stuff about how to live your life and the tips that she has and the stuff that she went through. Literally things that she's sorry about and stuff that she's not, that she doesn't care about either. So go check this out if you guys haven't read it. I read the whole thing in like 2 days. I read the whole thing in 2 days and it's a beautiful book. Let's see, what else do we have here? I want to go over this book. I think I went over this book before, but it's Adolescence by Gabby Hanna. And I think this book is really good. It could be, I don't know if it's because I'm a fan of hers or if I really think it's a good book. I'm gonna say both, and you should go check it out. It's actually a poem book. It's not like a book, like there's literally pages in here where she would like say a few words and like that's it. Like, let me give you an example, because she doesn't, let's see, there are pages in her book where like she doesn't like say anything really. She just kind of has like her art, and then she features some of the friends that she used to talk to or still talks to. I don't know I don't know her situation. And we're not here to talk about that. This is just a good book overall. I like it. Oh, I forgot to rate this one. Naya Rivera, 10 out of 10 would recommend. This book, I give it I give it a 9 out of 10 only because I wish she would actually write in the book. I like it, but I think it would have been better if it was like an autobiography. And if some of the pages in here weren't like used like this and they were actually words. But 9 out of 10 because I really love the art and I love Gabby Hanna. So let's put on the mascara. But anyways, speaking of books, I have a book in here that's like how to write a memoir, which I'm gonna show you in like a few seconds. I haven't used it, but I'm still gonna show you guys. So, and I haven't touched it either, so I don't know what's in the book. So we're gonna be experiencing that together. And I mention this because like I said before, I want to be a journalist and I want to write my own book and stuff like that. So it's good that I have something that helped me with that. Even though I don't use it, it would be nice if I started using it. But yeah, I've been having a lot of writer's block lately though. I think everyone goes through that, where they just don't know what to write, and so they just write anything on a piece of paper, and then they feel like that's not enough, and then it's like, okay, like, you know what I mean? I say this because I write all the time. I didn't write today because I didn't know what to write today. You know what I mean? So that's that. So that's what this is. Writing a memoir, The Complete Idiot's Guide to The Complete Idiot's Guide to Writing a Memoir, Expert Guidance on Crafting Your Own Meaningful Story. I haven't opened this book at all. So we're gonna read. I think it's cool if I can wait. Okay, strategies for remembering. We'll just read this one to see what happens. Strategies for remembering, my bad. Authors have developed certain strategies that help them recall and write conversations from deep in their past. These strategies won't solve the problem completely, but in most cases, they enable the writer to write the scene and get on with her writing. Oh, okay. They enable her to get on with her writing. Well, that's a good tip. Am I gonna actually read this whole thing? Probably not. I should, and if I do read it, I'll let you know what I think about it, but because I haven't read it, I'm not gonna give this one a ranking, like, at all. So that's that. Let's do our eyebrows now. Let's puff up the eyebrows. While we're doing our eyebrows, let's talk about another book. I have these two plays right here that I got. One of them I got in high school, and this one I got when I was in college. So the one I did in high school, I did it for an assignment that I had to. I was in theater class in high school, and in my class, we had to pick out a play. And from that play, we had to pick out a scene. And my scene ended up being an old, middle-aged man. And it was hard for... Actually, no. Yeah. It was hard for me to do. And so... that's what ended up happening. I still did it anyway. And even with that, I even took this in high school. I mean, not high school, college. Because I kept the book, obviously, as you can see. And my college theater teacher was like, hey, pick out a play and recite a monologue from that play. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I have the Laramie Project. Why not just do what I did in high school and pick out the same scene that I did in high school and recite that. That way it was easier for me to remember, first of all, because I remembered in the whole scene in high school. And secondly, it was a way to challenge myself, because not only was I playing a man, which means I had to do a deep voice. It also meant that I had to also project, because you know when you're reciting your lines, you have to project your voice so that people can hear you. And I ended up doing good. I ended up getting a good grade in both my high school class and in my college class. And my college teacher, which by the way, he was very, very cool. And I don't say this about a lot of teachers, but my theater teacher in college was pretty cool. He was this old dude. I don't know why I'm saying was. He's still alive, but he's very old. And he was just one of those theater teachers that were like, how do I say this? They were like, he was very old, and he was like, oh, showbiz. And, like he was one of those teachers where like he's been in showbiz before, and he's directed a whole bunch of plays, and so he treated us like actual actors. He didn't treat us like students. You know what I mean? Which I thought was pretty cool, because I do want to be an actor as well. Hopefully one day I can be an actor and actually be in some type of role, because that would be cool. But no, I really did enjoy my theater class. And then we have Beyond Therapy, which is the one I did in college. And Beyond Therapy is a good play, so go read it. The only reason why I haven't set the descriptions for any of these plays is because these are heavy. The Laramie Project is a heavy topic that I don't want to talk about. If you want to go read the Laramie Project, go ahead. It's just not something I'm going to be talking about myself, because it's a very heavy topic. And then Beyond Therapy is just a comedy book. It's like an adult comedy about these people. And it's very, very weird. But it's still a good read, so I do recommend it. I'm not going to say the description because it's very inappropriate, and I don't want YouTube to take my channel down. So go read Beyond Therapy. The Laramie Project is by Moises Kaufman. And Beyond Therapy is by Christopher Durang. Alright. I don't know who Samuel French is, but just like the Samuel French too, I guess. So that's that, the Laramie Project, and Beyond Therapy. Now I'm gonna talk about this book. It's called The Proposal. I only read like 2 chapters of The Proposal, and basically the whole book is about this girl that like goes through a breakup or whatever. And it's because her boyfriend quite literally, like you see the baseball and stuff in the cover art. It's literally about how her oh, by the way, it's by Jasmine Galori, and she's also the author of The Wedding Date, for those of you that want to go read her book. Okay, this is what it is. But The Proposal is basically about this girl that who has a boyfriend, right? And she goes to like a baseball game with him, and right off the bat, he like gets down on his knees. And you know how proposals work at baseball games, alright? You're put on the spot, blah blah blah. And so he proposes to her at this baseball game, and she basically rejects him in front of everybody. And it's like, alright sis, kinda don't agree with that. You could have done that away from the camera, but okay. But anyway, she did that. And then after the game, he gets upset. Understandably so. He gets upset, and he's like, alright, well, you can find your own ride home. What do you think this is? You know what I mean? And so now she's stranded at this stadium. I'm gonna put this book over there. Actually, no, hold on. I'm gonna wait until I finish the description. She basically gets left at the stadium, right? And she meets up with this guy and his little sister, and it's revealed that the guy is actually a doctor in LA or something like that. And she looks at this guy and she's like, oh my god, like he's really attractive, blah blah blah. And so in the first chapter, after all that, she ends up leaving the stadium with the guy and his little sister. And they ended up going to like a bar or whatever, which by the way, his little sister is old enough. They ended up going to actually no, never mind, she's not. The little sister is like, I don't remember. I think the little sister is like young, like 10 or 12 or something like that, right? And so he takes her home. And then in chapter 2, which is all I've read actually, I'm sorry. But in chapter 2, she ends up going to the bar with her friends. And she ends up talking about the dude that she met at the stadium and his little sister. And her friends were like, yo, you need to like, you know, ask him out. But like at the same time, you don't know him, so like be careful. And that's all I know about the book. Like, cause I didn't read chapter 3 or anything like that. All I know is that she really likes this guy who she just met, and that's it. Alright, so now we're gonna go over another book. Alright, How to Think Like Steve Jobs by Daniel Smith. This book is actually a really good book. I don't know why I keep dropping it. This book is actually really good. I actually did not get this from Barnes & Nobles. Okay. This book, don't judge me. I got this book in middle school. I went to like 3 middle schools, okay? I went to 3 middle schools. And so, in one of my middle schools, I went to the library. And, you know, I went to the library, and the librarian liked me a lot. Like, she was really cool. She was like, hey, take this book. By the end of the year, obviously you have to return it. I kept this book. Librarian from middle school, if you see this, I'm sorry. I have your book. You can't take it back and you can't charge me. Sorry, lady. But this book is really good. And it basically just talks about his life and basically how to think smart and not hard. Just like, it's that simple. And like how he started his company and his mindset and how sad and happy he was and how he cared for his family. Go read it. And I'm gonna read the back for you. Be inspired to follow in the footsteps of the hardest working man in Silicon Valley as you learn how to break the rules and challenge the status quo. Hone your message and stay ahead of the curve. Market yourself and your ideas. Always be on the lookout for opportunities. And lastly, get the results that you want. So basically teaching you how to be on your grind, like Steve Jobs. Go read it. I got it from the librarian. So I'm sorry. I don't know how much this cost. So wait, did I get it from the librarian? I don't remember. I either got this from the librarian in my middle school or my mom got it, and I just don't remember. Because I know for a fact that those 2 plays I got from school. I don't remember where I got this from. I think I got this from the librarian, but I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, I'm going to put it right here. Sometimes I forget things sometimes. So I don't remember where I got this book from. I'm assuming I got it from the librarian. But we'll see while I'm editing this video. Do I need to put on anything else? Yes, I do. I need to put on my blush. My blush. I think it's in here. man. Kind of find our blush, and then we could talk about the rest of these books. Because we can. So we have this book. I'm gonna cover the title. I don't want YouTube to take my video down, but it's signs of intercourse. So I'm not gonna, every woman's astrological and psychological guide to love, man. Bow Chicka Bow Wow. Anger and Personal Power by Judith Bennett. I'm not gonna read the back. I can't rate this one because I haven't read it, and I don't think I'm going to. So that's that. And then there's my vegan cookbook. It's called Vegan Cooking for Beginners, Easy, Wholesome, and Delicious Recipes, but for $10. My mom got this for me at Barnes & Noble's, because you guys know I'm vegan. But even some of the stuff in here I can't even eat, because like I can't eat bread, I can't eat any protein. So like literally the only thing I can eat as of right now is salad, which is stupid, but whatever. But yeah, if you guys have any like food that I'm able to eat that's also delicious, let me know. And also I recommend that you get this book because it's really good. Try it. I rate this the Steve Jobs book, I rate, did I rate The Proposal? The Proposal I rate a 1 because I only read 2 chapters. The Steve Jobs book, I rate a 10 out of 10 because it's a really good book. This cooking book, I rate a 10 out of 10. Now we're going to talk about medicinal plants. I have not read this one, but I think you should still get it. I only read like a couple of stuff in here. And it's basically like home remedies. Yeah. It's basically home remedies. So I rate this like a 10 out of 10. Because I do use it, but I don't use it often. But I do use it when I need to. It's called Medicinal Plants at Home, more than 100 easy, practical, and efficient natural remedies. Only $9.98. And this is from Barnes & Noble. Okay. By Maria Transito Lopez Luengo and Carlota Menes Arizo. I'm sorry, I can't read Spanish, but yeah. Okay, let me read the back. This inviting, colorful guide is helping divided into sections for children, men, and women, as well as specific conditions or body parts. It will help you bring plants into your daily life and explain how to use them effectively. Plants covered include chamomile, lemon balm, spirulina, chicory, garlic, dandelion, ginkgo, and so many more. So get this book. It's really good. 10 out of 10. How to Be a Boss by Lily Singh, a guide to conquering life. By Lily Singh. This book is really good. I read this book. It took me a couple of days actually for me to read this book because I was just so entranced by what she was saying in this book and like how she got her start on YouTube and her being an advocate and stuff like that. She put stuff in the boss in the back. Boss, a noun, a person who excuse. Sorry. I'm sorry, I still have a thing in the back. boss, a person who exudes confidence, hustles relentlessly, reaches goals, gets hurt efficiently, and smiles genuinely because he or she has fought through it all and made it out the other side. Warning, 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 this book does not include hopeful thoughts, lucky charms, or cute quotes. That's because success, happiness, and everything else you want in life needs to be worked for, not wished for. In Lily's world, there are no escalators, only stairs. Get ready to climb. Okay. And then this is just what people think about her. So I'm not going to read that. But this is actually a really good book. It took me a couple of days to read this. See, look, already a good quote that she has in here. I'm going to read it to you guys. You'll never truly know if you're going to copy something or be great at something if you don't commit. See? Good book. 10 out of 10. Would recommend. Go read. Really sing. And it's in Barnes & Nobles. Okay? I'm almost done with my list. I have 2 more books to review and then I'm done. Big Fish. The book that inspired the new Broadway musical, a novel of mythic proportions by Danielle Wallace. This is a small book to read. I didn't read the whole thing. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I read like maybe what, 3 chapters, I want to say. It threw me off. It wasn't really something I was into. It's a book by Danielle Wallace. Go read it if you want. It's not really something I was into. It kind of lost me in the 3rd chapter. I was like, okay, whatever. A charming whopper of a tale. I'm going to read the description for you guys. In his prime, Edward Bloom was an extraordinary man. He could outrun anybody. He never missed a day of school. He saved his life. He saved his lives and tamed giants. Animals loved him. People loved him. Women loved him. He knew more jokes than any man alive. At least that's what he told his son, William. But now Edward Bloom is dying, and William wants desperately to know the truth about his elusive father. This indefatigable teller of tall tales before it's too late. So using a few facts he knows, William recreates Edward's life in a series of legends amidst through which he begins to understand his father's great feats and his great failings. The result is hilarious, enriching, tender, and outrageous. That's, okay, I remember now. That's why it lost me. The reason why I didn't finish the book was because it literally it throws you off. Me, at least, it throws you off with the imaginary aspect of the book. Cause like you're there when he's telling the story, and you know that he's telling the story, but there's like weird characters, and it like obviously switches back and forth from the guy telling the story to a character who's him, but like when he's acting as the character, he's not the character. For me, it loses me, I'm gonna be honest, but if you guys want to read it, I say go ahead. The only thing I remember is him when he starts telling the story, and he starts mentioning these crazy characters in his story, and I'm like, okay, bro. Anything to save your son's innocence, but like, you're losing me here. Out of 10, I'll rate that book a 2 because I didn't finish reading it. I'm sorry. I have one more book to review. Actually, no, I have 2 more. I don't know where the other book is at, but I have another book that's really good. I think I lost it. But it's this book called, yeah, I lost it, my bad. It's called Enjoy Every Sandwich, and it's basically about a guy who's very sick, and so he basically lives his life to the fullest, which is literally what Enjoy Every Sandwich means. Enjoy your life to the fullest. Live it. And so the book is basically about him and his life, and how he helps people while he's sick. And he's a doctor, by the way. So I got sick, so that's very interesting. He's a doctor who helps people, and he cares about people, and he's one with his spirituality, and he loves nature. He does yoga and stuff like that. He has like morning retreats. Go read it. It's called Enjoy Every Sandwich. And then you find out at the end that he actually died, and the person that wrote the book was actually his wife, who wrote the book for him. And I guess he wrote in the beginning of the book, he's the one that wrote like, oh, I'm dedicating this book to my wife and blah blah blah. But then at the end of the book, because you know how there's like always an ending, I forgot what those are called, there's like ending credits or like an ending passage like at the end of every single book, and you realize that it was his wife that was writing the whole story for him, or he wrote like half of it, and when he died, his wife wrote the rest of the story for him, which is very sweet. I like that. But yeah, that's what ended up happening. The book is really good. 10 out of 10 would recommend. I got really sad at the end, but go read it. It's really good. Okay? Oh! I keep dropping stuff today. I'm very fidgety. I know, I'm sorry. Okay, now for this last book. Oh, hold on, before I review this last book, let me setting spray? Right? Yeah, setting spray on that. Alright. Now this last book that we're gonna review is called Longitude. I really like this book. Okay, I don't remember what happens. My memory is crazy. But basically, okay, let me read the back. Maybe I'll remember. Okay, no. It's, okay, Longitude. Yeah. It's literally science. As much a tale of, I'm sorry, I'm getting really excited. As much a tale of intrigue as it is of science, a book full of gems for anyone interested in history, geography, astronomy, navigation, clockmaking, and not the least, plain old human ambition and greed. By David Sobel, forward by Neil Armstrong. The book is my baby. I love it. Go read Longitude. 10 out of 10 would recommend. I love how in the first chunk of the story, but in the first chunk, and I love this the most because, again, it's non-fiction. I love non-fiction, guys. But anyways, in the first chunk of this entire book, history. Love it. You're gonna love it. I promise. 10 out of 10. The first chunk is basically a history lesson. And then at the end of the book, it's basically telling you about this little girl and her family, or some type of family, that's walking into a museum, and they're seeing all of the stuff that they talked about, all of the gadgets that they use and the technology that they made, like in the early like centuries, and now they're monuments. And like, bro, there's a museum that they talk about in here that I really want to go to. I don't even remember what the museum was called, but they talk about a museum in the end of the book. Oh gosh, this is so good. Okay, I can't find it, but they do talk about a museum or like some place where they basically see the clock and other stuff that they were talking about. I can't find it, but it's really good. David Sobel, Longitude. Okay. Forwarded by Neil Armstrong. Bro, go read this, bro. Learn your history, my guy. It's really good. I like it. It wasn't that much money, and I got it from Barnes & Nobles. Okay? So those are all the books that I have. I am planning on getting more books because I am planning on reading a lot. As a matter of fact, those aren't the only books I have, but those other books are like 50 Shades of Grey books that I just won't talk about. First of all, I haven't read any of the 3 books at all, and I'm not going to. That's not my cup of tea. I'm sorry. But those are all the books that I have. So if you guys have any books you want to recommend me, let me know. If you guys have ever read any of these books, tell me your experience and what you guys would rate these books. And tell me what was your favorite part of each book and why you loved it so much. And tell me, like, I don't know, just tell me, like, tell me about the authors that I mentioned. Do you like any of the authors? Do you like any of their other stuff? Because I did mention in one of the other books that they wrote something else, and maybe you guys are a fan of that book instead of the one that I just mentioned. So let me know, and I'll go read that, and then I'll tell you guys my thoughts on it. So that's gonna be it for this little video. Let me see how I look. I don't know how I look. Do I look okay, guys? Do I look okay? Do I look alright? Blend in the blush a little bit before we end this video. Okay. Alright. Phone right there. PS4. Air conditioner. AirPods. Oh yeah. My globe for the theme of this video. And then Dottie is back there. Hi Dottie. You want a treat? I'm sorry for baiting you like that. Be sure to belly. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to follow me on my Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, TikTok, my Twitch, and my PlayStation. I love you guys so much. Tell me what you guys thought about this video. Did you like it? Did you not? What other books do you guys want me to review or look at? Let me know. I love you guys so much.